Welcome back. 8:07 in the morning. The CDC is warning people of a new COVID variant, and it is sparking concern as the summer season approaches. Joining us with some tips on how to stay safe and healthy is Dr. Douglas Kwok with Hawaii Pacific Health. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
All right, let's talk about this. So there's a new variant, and it's called Flirt. But this is not something you want to flirt with.
Right.
I think a lot of people want to know, how did this unique name come about?
Yes, Flirt, unique name, definitely, right? But it is actually a little sciencey. So the Flirt variant is a member of the Omicron family. It's just that we know that viruses mutate, and when they mutate, they can cause different family trees within that same Omicron family. So Flirt is an Omicron virus. But what happens is an F component of the virus changed to an L component, an R component changed to a T component. And so as such, you have the F and the L and the R and the T, and the medical scientific community dropped an I in there, and there you have Flirt. So it is the Flirt variant of the Omicron COVID virus.
Got it. So it's been about, what now, 4 years since the onset of the COVID pandemic. I think a lot of people may want to know, are these variants more contagious, or are these symptoms more severe than prior variants?
Yes, the Flirt variant is becoming the more predominant strain in our community, but we have not seen an increase in hospitalizations, and we have not seen an increase in the severity of illness caused by the Flirt variant. So we think that we're okay with the new variant.
Breathe a sigh of relief there.
Yes.
Do current vaccines protect against this Flirt variant?
You know, the newest COVID vaccine was designed specifically for Omicron. And because the Flirt variant is part of the Omicron family, we anticipate that the current vaccine is effective. But we always recommend that an individual seek advice from their primary care physician to determine whether their vaccines are up to date or whether they need a new one.
Speaking of up-to-date, Dr. Kwok, at-home tests, are they still effective for Flirt?
Yes, they are. If anybody has any symptoms and they suspect maybe they have COVID, pick up an over-the-counter or a test, and they should be effective at detecting the Flirt variant.
Speaking of at-home tests, I'm asking for a friend, and when I say a friend, I mean me. I have some expired at-home COVID tests. Can you still use those, and are they still effective?
It's not recommended that you use any expired home kits, so it'd be recommended to go to your local store and pick up an up-to-date one.
Okay, you heard it here from Dr. Kwok. If you're like me and you have expired at-home tests, chuck them and get some new ones, right?
That's right, yes.
If you're traveling this summer, what precautions should folks take?
Summer is a good time to travel, and the precautions that you would take to protect against COVID would be the same precautions you take to protect against flu or any other cold viruses. This is good hand washing. This is wearing a mask if you have symptoms to protect others, or maybe if you're around others that might have symptoms, wearing a mask for yourself to protect. Being mindful of who's around you, consulting your physician to make sure that your vaccines are all up to date, and if you need any new ones, and good cough or sneeze etiquette where you're coughing into a tissue paper or into your sleeve to prevent, spreading of any viruses. Those would be the typical precautions you would take.
All good advice, Dr. Kwok. And take it from me, I just got back from the mainland. I wanted to grab a mask for the plane. Couldn't find any masks at any of the airports on the mainland, one of the major ones. So if you have some laying out around at home, make sure to bring it with you on your vacation.
Perfect.
Dr. Douglas Kwok with Hawaii Pacific Health, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.